Even though the cast of this series has increased by a good amount, we will still see many characters from last season in the spotlight. One morning, Murdoch steamed into Knapford's sheds after filling up on coal to reunite with his fellow colleagues, Salty and Harvey. "What do you boys think of some of the engines returning?" he asked. "Emily is a sweet and caring figure, and Neville is also a kind soul who thankfully escaped prison." "Isn't Dennis has clearly changed too," said Harvey. "He's still somewhat lazy, but loves to dream big, and I love those engines." "Aye," said Salty, "but I wonder why they haven't filmed much around the docks. 1911 needs to get his priorities straight." Hey, but no, O-Engine knew about a shiny and familiar character lurking around the island. "I have to go pull a goods train, guys," said Murdoch, "but I'll see you later." And Murdoch puffed onto the turntable. But as Murdoch was midway round, he felt something pushing him, and off he went, rolling into the ditch nearby. "Shit!" yelled Murdoch, dropping his first profanity as the thing that pushed him ran away. Salty and Harvey thought the thing running looked familiar, but couldn't wrap their smoke boxes around it. Regardless, Murdoch couldn't get out of the ditch in time, and Henry arrived to pull Murdoch's train. "Bad luck, Murdoch," he said. "You'll get out of there soon. This happens to everyone." Soon, Henry chuffed and puffed and dreamed of his crush Megan Fox. Henry soon pulled into Knapford Station a few minutes later. As he did so, he then heard screaming. Bulgy was speeding out of control through the town of Knapford into the station. Henry pulled out just in time as Bulgy smashed into the two trucks filled with cocaine. "That's one for the road," Bulgy jeered. "Wait, this is cocaine? Oh, my addiction." Henry was deeply concerned. "This can't be a coincidence," he told his driver. "First Murdoch gets pushed into a ditch, then I nearly get blown up by that James wannabe." Things then got slightly better. Henry was asked to pull the FBI train from Knapford, while Stepney helped clean up the mess and prepared to take Bulgy to the works. Henry then pulled in with the express coaches for the FBI train. They got on board, he blew his whistle, and pulled out of the station. But behind Knapford was something Henry didn't see. Diesel had snuck his way back onto Sodor and had been causing some shit recently. He saw a man who just robbed a bank and was hiding in Knapford. "Norris," Diesel purred. "Do you want to prove you're edgy? Do you want to do something nobody's done recently?" "Yeah," said Norris, "and thank you for not using that stupid word, based." "Steal a motorcycle up at Tidmouth Bay," said Diesel, "and lead police on a high-speed chase. Show those evil pigs who's boss." Norris took Diesel's words to heart, and then he raced off to Tidmouth Bay. Norris then snuck back up the line to Tidmouth Bay, where he saw a motorcycle parked outside Home Depot. Unfortunately for Norris, some police were surveying the area, and they caught Norris stealing the bike red-handed. A cop attempted to do the simple thing by just turning on his lights and making Norris stop, but Norris took off. Seeing a pursuit as deadly at this time of day due to the level of traffic, a police helicopter was sent after Norris. As soon as Norris knew a helicopter was following him, he knew shit was about to get ugly, so he left Tidmouth Bay and set off on a wild chase around Sodor. He speedran Knapford faster than I speedrun my jailbreak contracts in Roblox. He then set chase on Crosby, where he decided to stop in a cul-de-sac to reconsider his life's choices. The cop from the helicopter watched him with hope, praying he would do the right thing. But clearly that didn't happen, unfortunately, as Norris raced off once again. As he approached Harlem Heights, he had another shitty idea. "I'm gonna bump some of these talking non-rail vehicles off a bridge." And he bumped Elizabeth. "Watch what you're doing," she called in shock, and tried to stop, but it was too late. She crashed through the barrier and fell off the broken end of the bridge. Why is it with broken bridges on Silver? And the bridge completely collapsed as a result of this. "Who is responsible for this!" Henry called as the bridge collapsed, so bad that he lost his voice. Norris then sped back to Crosby to pick up a pistol to do some damage if the cops caught up with him. As he picked up speed, he saw a speed limit sign of 30 miles an hour. But signs work as well in this world as logic does on any YouTuber who issues a bullshit apology video. Norris saw the sign and took it to be a red flag to his bullshit. "I'll go as fast as I want, you can't stop me! Ha!" As he reached speeds of 135 miles an hour at one point, before slowing down dramatically. As he entered Harlem Heights once again, a taxi was turning left, and you can guess what happened next. "Oh, fuck!" Norris shouted as he shot off the bike like a cork from a champagne bottle. The people in the taxi luckily survived. Norris, meanwhile, flew through the air like a ninja star before crash landing outside a store 150 feet away. With every bone in his body broken, clothing torn from his body, and bleeding like my dick when it gets punched, Norris went up to the clouds. Lucky fucker. As for the people in the taxi, they were injured but alive. What will the police say? Question 1. They found out soon enough. "I hope the victim's family is okay," said a random bystander. "He did pass away in that crash." "That biker was not a victim," said my teacher who was nearby. "He was a criminal. Get your facts right." And the actual victims who were in the taxi were loaded into an ambulance and pulled away. "My heart goes out to all impacted by this asshole's selfish actions," Mike grunted as he got in Butch and pulled the taxi away. "We better not hear his mother protest for justice for her angelic and innocent son," agreed Butch. It appears that Thomas and the Magic Railroad was still fresh in children's minds. 24 years later, because as Mike was driving the taxi to a repair shop, Norris's soul heard these words and came back from the dead for no explained reason, like the magic element in Magic Railroad. He jumped onto Butch's windshield and tried clawing his way in to get revenge on Mike. "Get off of my windshield, you feral freak show!" Mike yelled. Then it happened. Norris ended up with a poisoned brain arrow going through his head and falling to its side. Mike looked to his left and saw me, 1911, and a familiar figure from earlier, that means my teacher, who said the truth about Norris, in Henry's cab. Knowing that my teacher's arrow had finally put Norris to the heavens for good, we all got out near a construction site to talk about what the hell just happened. "Saving you from zombies is a proud lady, Mike?" Ike teased my teacher. "Things I experience every day while working this job of documenting in realistic places I didn't notice," said Mike. "Mike, just admit it," I said to him. "She saved your ass. Just thank her, Ari." "Alright," said Mike. "I really mean this. Thank you for saving my butt. But I have a feeling that this isn't the last time we'll see Norris. But I can't tell you any more, or I will spoil the future stories."